come in contact directly with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ways that we take in information in this world are that an object comes into our mental system and it's an uninterpreted object until the buddhi looks at it and puts it into a jati or a category and says, this is a tree, this is a house. But in the writings of our acharyas, headed by Srila Jiva Goswami, writing about the holy name being self-manifested and the direct appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as it is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, apana samsritim goran yanama vivashogrinan tata sadyo vimucheta yad bibheti swayam bayam. The Lord is directly present and immediately available for those who call out his name. And therefore, he describes, does Jiva Goswami, that the holy name is self-manifested, immediately available manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's no interpretation of the object because he's not an object of this world. Gajendra says this in his prayers. He mentions at least a dozen categories that we put things into in this world and says the Lord's not part of any of these. He's not man, woman, he's not object, animal, tree, animate, inanimate. In fact, he's the source of all those things. And he's not in any other category because from him all other categories emanate. So when we chant the holy name, it's not that we can make the holy name appear because he makes us appear. We're the source of him. He is the source of us, not that because we're saying the name, he appears, but rather Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, when you chant with devotion, then the Lord may be pleased to directly manifest himself in your consciousness. He's there, but only to those who have devotion. Bhakti mam abhijananti yavanyaschasmi tatvataha tatumam tatvato gyatva vishyate taranantaram. Vishyate taranantaram. You can only enter into his existence if you have bhakti. So chanting Hare Krishna with devotion is the practice Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us. And it's for those who are tired of playing games here in the material world. Everyone's playing some silly game in this world. It's humorous, actually, what we try to do here with chains on and thinking that I'm the master. So those who have come to the end of the game playing, as my friend Swap Shop used to say at the St. Louis airport, he put the toys up on the shelf. And then you enter into the big game, which is Krishna's Leela. And so we can actually enter directly into Krishna's Leela and the spiritual world, but we have to be serious and our attention has to be directed in that way. So this japa is an opportunity to prove that to ourselves and to Krishna again and again each day. So as we chant the holy name, we can remember that Krishna is personally appearing to those who chant with a humble heart and great desire to know him and want to serve him. Hatashi Krishna Madi Nabaved Grayamindriye Seva Mukhi Jivado Swayameva Spratyada. We can know Krishna when he reveals himself, and he does so to those who serve him, beginning with the tongue. So we're starting in a good place. So let's start today with the Panchatattva Mahamantra 3 times, and then we'll chant remembering the instructions of our acharyas, how Krishna's directly manifesting. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gaur Premanande Haribol. Let's just, for a few minutes, hear from the devotees who are present on this session. One thing that helped you last week in your chanting, that helped you finish your 16 rounds or concentrate to do better with your chanting. Or if you can't think of that, think of one obstacle that you faced last week. Just become aware of our chanting process. Because oftentimes it can become automatic. We just grab the bag and do it. And then if we analyze it, it helps to focus and refine the process. What one thing helped you, or what one thing was an obstacle that you can name?
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
So I would like to share one obstacle as well as one thing that was not helping me to chant from a long time. Was I have the habit of watching the phone screen while chanting, and I was actually accustomed to this almost 3 to 4 years. Like I used to chant it. I used to chant my 16 rounds, but I always see the phone screen. So very recently, I had watched one your lecture, that was recorded 4 years back, on how actually like we should switch off the phone and put it in a different place. That actually that can help. So I tried that from past 30 to 40 days. That actually helped me. So I will switch off my phone and chanting even when I try to like go to my phone because it's switched off. So I don't actually get the anxiety to look at it, and that has helped me to focus on my chanting better.
That's nice. That's
Maharaj.
very practical, and it may be a pervasive type of situation. Thank you for mentioning that. If there's an on-off switch, turn it off. And then if the mind goes there, it goes, nothing there, no juice. I better look for juice in the holy name. Thank you for sharing. Okay, let's see who else has something that's helped. Yes, Lalita Vrajagopi.
Dandavat Pranam Guru
Hare
Maharaj
Krishna.
and dear God siblings. Hello, how are you? Something that helped me last week was to write down the purpose for which I was chanting the rounds, and the fact that I would be able to chant them concentratedly on the Mahamantra and trying not to get my mind dispersed somewhere else. That is something that helped me a lot, writing down the Sankalpa.
Was it hard to get to that position where you stop and write it down? Or was it hard getting to that thing? That's part of the process too?
Yes, I had to fight a little bit against my mind. I had to punch it a little bit, but finally I could chant more or less 70% well concentrated.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for doing your homework. Bhakti Mike, good to see you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Krishna.
Something that really, really transformed my japa was using Sankalpa. I can't tell you how wonderful my chanting has been due to setting a Sankalpa. Just starting every chant, every round of beads with remembering, why am I chanting? Like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? And it's just like, it gave me like a new lease on life in chanting the holy names. And I really appreciate that practice.
That's amazing how we can give ourselves a new lease on life by being more intentional in whatever we do, especially when we're chanting. If we're intentional, it takes it to a new level. Thank you for sharing. That was very helpful.
Hare Krishna, Guru.
Dennis and Karina. And then
Hi,
Dalavari.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hi, Krishna. Me helped a lot that to give yourself the time and space to chant, that you just, okay, I have now the time to chant and I don't have to think about something else. I just can focus on my chanting and I have the time and I can do it relaxed and in a nice mood. It really helped me to concentrate on it. And not only in chanting, also in my reading and prayers and everything else, to just take the time and do it and don't have the pressure that you have something else to do maybe, or you have to finish quickly the 16 rounds, but you can take your time and you can relax. And yeah, that helped me a lot.
That's very practical. As we schedule time for many other things, but what about scheduling time for the holy name and for our reading and so forth, and knowing that this is a time that I can fully concentrate. Thank you very much for sharing that. Very helpful. Dhanavari?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Sankalpa really helped me. I wrote it down, and then I was also asking Lord to please engage me, like you said, to pick me up from this material world, or don't, so I can chant better, and please engage me in your service and clean my heart. And I was just saying that over and over, and I wrote the Sankalpa, and then why am I chanting really helped me so much.
Thank you very
so
much. It seems like the Sankalpa was a big hit. One thought I had was that when we have some service for Mahaprabhu in the Sankirtan movement, and we hitch our train cars to that engine of service, so when we're chanting, if we're praying to be empowered for our service as a Sankalpa also, there's a way that we feel very intentional in that also, that please, I don't know how to do this service, but please show me how to do it. Advaita Acharya had the intention of spreading the Sankirtan movement. He wasn't sure how he would get the power, so he leaned into it and prayed, please help me in this way. And that can be a really good way to feel purpose in chanting, is think, I have to do this service. It's impossible. Who am I to do it? Please let me be an instrument. Use me and show me how to do it properly so I can help the Sankirtan movement. So it's helpful to have some definite service for the mission and then to chant. Take two more.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Definitely the Sankalpa helped me, and also chanting in front of Tulsi Maharani is really made me focus, because I see that there is a living personality in front of me, and I was more aware of my chanting. So writing plus chanting in front of Tulsi really helped me to overcome that indifference, because I'm not able to chant with others every day, but Tulsi helped me. And then I was able to relate to why Prabhupada said that chanting in front of Tulsi will help improve our chanting. Hare Krishna.
Note to self, chant in front of Tulsi Devi. Thank you very much for sharing, Andarvika Radha. Hare Krishna. Okay, who's next? Sukeshri or Shrisha?
Shrisha Mataji.
Shrisha Mataji, okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So first I would like to say my obstacle is get up early in the morning is the obstacle which I struggled last week. And the other thing which helped me, always when I think of other services, always I heard Shukeshwar Mataji told me so many times, how many services you do is secondary, your primary is first chanting, first finish your chanting and then go for other services. So it keeps on in my mind. So first I do my chanting and then go for my other services. That helps me a lot.
That's good to be reminded, because the mind might think, oh, what's this? I have to do so many things. I have to do my taxes. But my first service is only this. And also a couple thoughts about waking up early. One is that it's not about waking up early. It's about going to bed early. That's the right end of the equation to look at, because if you go to bed early, it's not that much of a problem getting up early. It's just that if you go to bed later, then how do you expect your robot function if you wake up early. You can't, it doesn't work. It needs its time to process. And the other thing is, if you can just taste the nectar that's available so early in the morning, then it's so sublime. You think like, wow, this is free stuff here being given away and everyone's missing it. Like this morning, I went out for a very early morning walk and it's like the sun was not quite up yet, but you could see just coming up. And I felt that there was a free nectar floating through the air. And I was thinking, I'm the only one out here. Everyone else is snoozing because they stayed up late watching television or something like that. And they're missing the whole show. Sukeshri.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Last week I had heard a lecture by Amrendra Prabhu, and then he was mentioning that early in the morning, why you should be chanting. And that really struck in my head. He said that Krishna usually wakes up early and gets all his boyfriends and everybody go, and they decide whose house they have to steal the butter. And so stealing the butter is actually stealing the heart of the devotees. So if you are awake at the same time, for all you know, Krishna will come and listen to you because he's out around looking who he has to steal. So he might get to steal your, give his prema and steal your heart. So that kind of stuck. And I was like, oh, if I wake up late, Krishna would be gone to the pasture. So that just kind of, and also I want to mention what Gandharika Mataji said, that I have really, really felt that improvement in quality of chanting when I sit with Tulsi Maharani and chant. So
well, thank you for those Rasika revelations. That's very powerful. Thank you. Shankaranand. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So today actually there was a workshop by His Grace Mahatma Prabhu for children. So when I was logging to children, I heard a couple of beautiful reflection on lifestyle, which is actually very much in relationship to chanting. So he was making point to children that just think Krishna as your friend. And so if you're praying to Krishna, Krishna, I want, say, money, I want good wife or good husband, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's like you're going to a friend's home for playing and you're saying, oh, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? You're just asking. The friend will feel uncomfortable that, oh, he just wants everything from me and he doesn't really, he's not here to be a friend or playing with me, but he just wants things from me. So he said that what we pray is actually a very, very important aspect of our chanting. Yeah. So that is just one aspect. Another aspect he was saying is lifestyle that we adopt. For example, he said, just imagine if you are Krishna, you are sitting on the altar and somebody prays to you, Krishna, give me good health. And he eating junk food. His lifestyle is completely, not in tune with good health. So what you will tell the person? That modify your lifestyle, then only you will have good health. So he said, these are actually very crucial things. If you are chanting and if your lifestyle is not appropriate, then you will have problems in your sadhana bhakti.
Wow. Thank you very much for sharing these invaluable lessons.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Well, look, we've got Sandeep.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Maharaj.
Is that Washington behind you?
Yes, Maharaj.
Those trees are from Washington.
Yes, Maharaj.
They look very beautiful. Nice to see you. Thank you for beaming in. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, two things help me in chanting. One is that whenever I am chanting, I'm feeling that I am touching Radharani's feet instead of my beads. And that really helped me, that whenever I do one chant, I'm touching Radharani's feet. And second thing which helped me is fear, that I gave to myself that if I don't chant, something bad will happen to me. So kind of, I should not forget chanting, or I should not leave my chanting rounds. So these two things help me.
Nice. This is one of the motivations mentioned in Sri Brahma Samhita, Yam Kama Krodha, that bhiti, fear. Some people, whatever motivation you can muster, to be in touch with Krishna, then you'll become connected through that. He'll accept whatever way that you stay connected. And it is helpful to have that tactile experience of holding the beads and meditating that you're holding on to, you're touching the deity's feet, lotus feet, or holding onto a rope that's pulling you back to Goloka. Nice. Thank you very much, everybody, for sharing. And I was very helpful and edifying, wasn't it, to hear how the devotees are thinking about their chanting and so forth, turning off the phone, meditating we're friends with Krishna at his house, and very powerful sankalpas everyone used during the week. Thank you very much for joining us for Make Japa Great Again. It's our main objective in our practice of Bhakti Yoga, to make Japa great. Everything else falls into place when that's correct. In Japanese, there's a word, hazu. And hazu means, actually, literally, it's in a bow. There's a little groove or a notch where you drop on the arrow that you drop the bow into so you can shoot it. And that's called the hazu. So that word is used when people are talking about something that was appropriate, that fit. And so when our japa is correct, we have hazu. That means everything else fits perfectly in our life. And if we don't have that, then it doesn't matter what else we do. We'll shoot the arrow in the wrong direction, or it won't shoot at all. So this is our main service. We have full permission from Mahaprabhu and all our acharyas to give ourselves fully to the process of chanting japa. No one will fault you for that. If you shut off everything else and schedule time just for japa, and if they do, they're not the kind of people that you want to have in your life anyway. Thank you very much. I'll see you back here in about 17 minutes. Vanchagopadurishcha kripasinabheva chapatitanam pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai.